Welcome to Money Chat Now, brought to you by Investor Schooling. You can attend a complimentary class this Thursday at investorschooling.com. Sign up, attend the class, and have some fun. By the way, I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and today we're going to be discussing, first of all, the fact that the Dow Jones hit a new record. We'll also be discussing the infrastructure bill. We're going to be talking about consumer inflation to rise. This was interesting. I looked this up. A cashback reward in crypto. And Ethan Allen changes its symbol. Wait till you find out why. We're going to be talking about playing some travel stocks. And of course, some of my favorite picks are all coming up. All right, let's talk about it. Let's talk about the Dow Jones hitting another record. Another record. Are you scared? I'll bet you are. So if you're in the stock market right now, you're going, is this going to go up? Is it going to go down? What's going to happen? What do I do? Should I bite my nails? Should I take my money out of my 401k? Should I take my money out of stocks? Should I stop playing stock options? Should I run away? No, don't. Not yet. But this is kind of interesting. Richard Bernstein, the CEO and CIO of Richard Bernstein Advisors, actually said this today. He said, "We are right in maybe the biggest bubble of my career." Now, I look at a picture of this guy, he's about my age, and I've been through a couple of pretty nasty bubbles. You know, one bubble being the tech bubble in 2000, and also the 2008 other bubble, the housing bubble. And those are pretty big bubbles. So if he's saying this is the biggest bubble of his career, we're all in trouble. All right, what does that mean? It means that you need to be prepared. I'm telling you right now, be prepared, because things are going to change, but don't stop doing what you're doing. Yes, you want to invest in the stock market. Yes, you want to invest in houses. You also want to put money away. Like, you want to put literally cash away. Just put some cash away. Maybe you have $5,000 or $10,000 cash away instead, in case you have to. If you can put more, that's great. Put some silver away. Put some gold away. Make sure that you have money for those times where something bad might happen, and you'll be able to recover faster. You have to understand that it's gonna be bad. And also interest rates, if interest rates go up, it's gonna be like kryptonite for this market. It's gonna just explode. So we need to make sure that it moves up slowly, if interest rates move up slowly, and also that inflation doesn't become the major problem that inflation may become. All right, if you guys didn't know, the bipartisan infrastructure deal was passed today. Now, you know, look, whenever politicians pass a law, we all know that they've got something up their sleeve, and maybe it's going to benefit people, maybe it's not going to benefit people. But this one, I actually kind of like the idea that somebody's thinking about the infrastructure. Now, I haven't really looked into the bill. I haven't really looked into see where the money goes. But apparently some of the money is going to go into roads, it's going to go into solar, it's going to go into bigger and better and broader internet services. So this can't be bad. You know, is it going to be waste and our politicians are going to be skimming off the top? Of course, we already know that. We know that this is what they do, and that's just life. But how are we going to take advantage of it? So the best thing that we can do as investors to take advantage of it is look at some of the stocks that are going to benefit from the infrastructure deals. So first of all, there's some infrastructure ETFs such as Global X or iShares, if you want to look those guys up. Also, materials and industrials are going to benefit. You know, you have to remember that they're all great plays, you know, because basically this bill doubled the level of infrastructure spending that was in the past. The legislation, as approved by the Senate, would dump federal money into physical infrastructure projects such as roads, bridges, passenger rails, drinking water, and wastewater in the same sentence. That's scary. As well as expanding high-speed internet and climate-related infrastructure. So here's where it's going to go. If you want to invest in the fact that the infrastructure bill is being passed, you want to invest in things like electric vehicles. Yeah, I know. I keep talking about Tesla being it's a great investment, but I just don't want to be in it because it's too expensive because I'm a stock options trader. But Tesla is a place to put your money. Also, electric vehicle chargers. Look up electric vehicle charger companies. These are the people that are going to be, these are the people who are going to make the most amount of money in the next few years. If it's true, and we've said this before, that Biden actually gets his way and has 50% of all cars manufactured by the end of this decade, which I find hard to believe, are going to be electric vehicles, then all these electric vehicles are going to need to be charged. So that's going to be some pretty powerful money being spent on chargers. You also want to invest in solar companies. If there's a solar company out there that could set up a solar battery that will charge electric vehicles, that's going to be a great play as well. It's also going to be the places that you need to put your money. Steel, aluminum, copper, all the metals are going to be places for you to be in for the infrastructure deal. All right, we clearly know that consumer inflation is going to rise. Really? I mean, is that what they said? They said consumer inflation is going to rise. Economists expect a hot inflation report for July, but the jump in consumer prices has likely peaked. I happen to really agree with this. I think that the jump, I don't necessarily mean that they won't necessarily go higher, but the quick jump that we had, when the world reopened, so to say, I think that's going to go away. I don't think it's going to be as bad anymore. I think that lumber prices are going to come down to not something normal, but maybe more reasonable than, for example, a sheet of drywall at one time was $13-14. Now it's $9. That's still pretty high, but at the same time, it's not what it was. The Consumer Price Index will be released on Wednesday morning, so that means tomorrow we need to watch that. Economists predict that it climbed 0.5% for July and 5.3% on a year-over-year basis, according to a Dow Jones report. It's pretty high. 5.3 year-over-year is pretty high. As a matter of fact, 0.5% for 1 month is pretty high. Although inflation is expected to have peaked, the debate over whether it has peaked will not end, as economists expect to see continued increases in rent prices. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I have some of my houses that I rent, and I'm looking at it going, wow, I could exchange tenants here and make an extra $200 to $400 a month on some of these places. I mean, I'm not going to kick anybody out, but it's amazing to me how fast rent prices are going up. You need to get into this market. It's going to be great. So again, it'll be another very hot number with fingerprints of the pandemic all over it, said Mark Zandi, chief economics of Moody's Analysts. Price increases are expected to continue, though at a slower pace, which is basically what I said a little while ago. Airline tickets and lodging areas in which there was pent-up demand when the economy reopened. So this is basically, they're saying that the lodging, airlines, and even cruises, the prices are probably going to start to peak and start to go up more as time goes by. The inflation report is hotter than expected. When reported on Wednesday at 8:30, it could be a slight negative for stocks and send bond yields higher. Yields move in opposite price of the stock market. Okay, it also can affect gold and silver prices. So you want to watch this for tomorrow. You want to watch the inflation report tomorrow morning, and you want to see what that's going to do to the stock market. I think it's going to be a little bit of a problem tomorrow. I don't know if the stock market's going to tank, but I would see a negative 200 to 300 points tomorrow as being something normal. Negative 500 being something, nothing really. Negative 1,000, 1,200, something to be concerned about. Anyway, we will be right back, and we will talk about some other cool stuff.
Okay, so you've thought about investing in real estate, houses, apartment buildings, properties, but don't really know where to start. Well, what if you could very easily learn how to gain strategies to use other people's money to buy and sell houses in the Philadelphia area? If you could learn and network with successful area real estate investors and how to produce monthly income on rental properties without headaches, that place is Investor Schooling. With Investor Schooling, you'll learn from two Philadelphia area rockstar real estate investors, Phil Falcone and Larry Steinhouse, about how to buy and sell properties the easy way and teach you basic and advanced techniques to help you make money in real estate. You can attend Investor Schooling in person or online visual classes 8 times a month. You can and will learn how to make money in real estate. Call for free information and get a complimentary pass to one of these classes. But don't delay, as these complimentary passes are limited. Call the number on your screen now or visit investorschooling.com. investorschooling.com.
All right, welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and we've been talking a little bit about some interesting things. First of all, we're talking about the Dow Jones hitting a record today of 35,285. By the way, I think 36,000 is a no-brainer. I even think 40,000 is in the horizon. maybe within the next year, possibly the next 9 months. I don't know if that's going to be where it's going to peak, but I think that's definitely going to happen. We also talked a little bit about the infrastructure bill, and we talked about the fact that consumer inflation is set to rise. All right, something just came across my screen, which I think we need to talk about, but it's not as exciting as I thought. But here it is: Coinbase profits surge following a volatile stretch of cryptocurrency trading. I don't know if that was the earnings announcement that's coming up, but the earnings announcement is supposed to come up for Coinbase. I was watching for it. I wanted to talk about it. I don't know if this was the earnings announcement, but either way, look, it's expected that Coinbase would pop because Coinbase was, as you start to see crypto going up, you saw Bitcoin went up. Bitcoin went over 40,000. Ethereum was over 3,100 the other day. Even Dogecoin was not such a dog anymore. It was sitting around 25, 26. And it's just kind of fun to watch. And when the cryptocurrency goes up and cryptocurrency goes down, you clearly see that Coinbase is going to move because Coinbase makes money every single time somebody buys or sells crypto. Remember, it doesn't matter if they're buying or selling or buying and selling. So that's what's going to make Coinbase a great play. So right now, Coinbase is actually up about 6 points after. I still don't know if the earnings actually came out. We're going to start to look at that in a couple of seconds to see if we get a special alert on that at all. All right, I got to talk about this too because we're in that topic right now. Let's talk about the fact that Venmo, if you guys know Venmo is owned by PayPal, and Venmo actually launched a credit card feature that is so unusual. It actually has a credit card feature that allows users to convert their cashback rewards into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies for free. So think about this. You have a Venmo account, you have a Venmo credit card or a Venmo debit card, whatever they're using, or both, and you get cashback rewards. Maybe it's 1%, 2%, 5%, whatever it is. I know I have an American Express card that gives me a really nice percentage back on a lot of things that I buy. However, this will allow you to instantly turn it into cryptocurrency. That is brilliant. The development is part of a broader crypto strategy of Venmo, whose parent is, of course, PayPal. The company launched a business division dedicated to cryptocurrencies earlier this year after introducing crypto trading to its customers last fall. This latest step gives it an opportunity to usher in a wave of new cryptocurrency holders. So PayPal, if you remember, PayPal was that way you pay online. You can pay for anything pretty much online. They used to have their own thing, PayPal Credit. They sold it to it was Synchrony Credit, I believe it was, and they lost that. But now they're starting to go into crypto. I tell you, PayPal has a great product right now, and I think if they're going to move into crypto, they're going to have a great future. So again, by the way, right now in Venmo, you can get Bitcoin, Ether, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash, and this is all available to 76 million users. Customers can't move digital assets off the platform. In other words, if you have Bitcoin and you have it in Venmo, you can't move it to another platform, but you can actually keep it in the app, or you can cash it in, sell it, and then just take it. I'm also curious to know what the tax consequence is going to be inside the Venmo account if you bought it with your cashback, because cashback is not taxed. I'm wondering what that's going to be. That'll be interesting. I'm curious to see. So something came across my desk that I actually thought was absolutely hysterical. So I was just scrolling through the news, and I came across the fact that Ethan Allen changed their symbol. So Ethan Allen, if you know, Ethan Allen is a furniture company. They do interior decorating, blah, blah, blah. And, it's honestly, Ethan Allen trades too little for me anyway. It's too small of a stock for me to really care about. But I found this to be very, very funny. And here's why it's funny. Ethan Allen's current symbol is ETH. So think about that, right? What's the first thing that you think of when you think of ETH? And that is, of course, Ethereum. So Ethan Allen has been getting a lot of publicity on their stock because their symbol is ETH. and obviously it wasn't working out very well for them, or maybe it was working out for them. The stock is doing pretty good. I took a look; it was up almost 100% for in the last year. So maybe it's because people go to look up Ethereum and they find Ethan Allen and they look at Ethan Allen's stock, but it doesn't trade very much. But they're going to change the symbol to ETD. I don't know what the D stands for, but ETD. And I just found that to be very funny. I thought it was something I would mention. All right, let's talk about this one more time. Play travel stocks. Play travel stocks. Play travel stocks. My favorite ones are CCL, RCL, Norwegian Cruise Lines, and AAL. But listen, any cruise or transportation travel stocks is still a recovery play. If you looked at every single stock that went down in the pandemic, you had a clear revival. These stocks all came back, and they came back, and not only they come back, but they came back way past what they were before the government overreach started. And they just shot right through the old lines, except for the travel stocks, or some of the travel stocks like CCL, RCL, and CLH and AAL. However, this is interesting too, because the hotel stocks such as Marriott and Hilton have not only already recovered, but they've hit the peak that they were before. So those are not the ones you need to be in. The ones you need to be in are the ones that haven't done it yet. I have a couple of long-term option plays. When I say long-term, I mean January, long-term option plays into CCL and AAL. I'd like to see RCL drop down to 72. That would make me very, very happy. And then I'd buy some RCL as well. But right now, I think CCL and AAL are honestly my favorite plays right now. You can't, if you're buying the stock, you certainly can't lose. If you're buying the stock option, as long as your timing is okay, you will do very, very well. So it's not a problem at all. I think you should get in this. I think you should stay in this, and I think you should go there. All right, some oil stocks such as Oxy or what's it called, ExxonMobil, are also a play. They're also a good play. I also want to mention AMC. So I don't know if we can get AMC on the chart. Let's see if we can. But AMC is a funny stock because AMC started to be a meme stock, right? It was one of those stocks where basically all these guys on Robinhood platform, and that was interesting too, all these guys on the Robinhood platform shot this stock up to try to beat out and try to wreak havoc on the short sellers of AMC. But look, if you look at this chart clearly says that AMC belongs below 10. It belongs between 6 and 7. I mean, if you look at even the 5-year chart, I don't know if we can call it up, but let's see. We look at the 5-year chart, we could easily see that it's probably between 5 and 10. That's where it needs to go. And it peaked many, many years ago. In 2017, it peaked where it is now, and it just kept climbing down. AMC is not ready to recover. People are still not going to the movies the way they used to, and movies aren't even being made. They weren't being made. Eventually they're going to be made again. Do I think AMC deserves to be a $30 stock where it is now? Eventually, but not yet. So I see some more pain for AMC. I see AMC dropping to 10, 12, 15 maybe. And if it does that, it may be a buy again. My only concern again is it going to be manipulated as it has been in the past. All right, I want to talk to you real quick about where we're going to go. We're going to go to a break in a minute, but I want to talk to you about that break because it's kind of a neat little thing that Phil Falcone and I have put together at Investor Schooling. We put together a Win Phil's Car contest. So you could win a BMW Z4 if you enter the contest. And all you need to do is just simply put a real estate tip on a video, post it on our website at winphilscar.com, and you can win his BMW. Take a look at this.
Hey, if you were listening to Investor Schooling Live today, I'm Phil Falcone, and I made the decision today on air that I'm going to be giving away this car. You want to take a look at it? Let's do it. How would you like to pop your top without ever getting out of the car? Huh? It's pretty cool. You can do it at a red light. You can do it when you see it rainy. You can actually even do it when you're driving, as long as you don't go maybe faster than 10 miles an hour. So I am giving away this car. Why? Is it because I'm crazy? Is it because I'm rich? Is it because of both? Take your pick. I don't care. Let me tell you about the car. we're going to have a contest. We're looking for real estate investors to go to our website and give us a real estate tip. And you can have people that you know vote on the site about which real estate tip is the most quality, most valuable to them. So let's just say that our contest is going to be looking for quality real estate tips and for votes. So you need to get your friends, your family, people who care about you, and real estate investors who are willing to go on the site and vote for it. And I will give you this car.
Welcome back to Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse. We talked a little bit about the fact that the Dow hit a record today. We talked about the infrastructure bill. We talked about consumer inflation expected to rise. Look for that report tomorrow morning. That's on Wednesday, tomorrow morning. You can also get some cash back in crypto if you have a Venmo account. Ethan Allen changed its symbol from ETH to ETD because they were getting confused with Ethereum. We also told you to play some travel stocks. So let's talk about some of my favorite stocks. By the way, I believe that gold and silver right now are long-term plays. If you want to put some money away, and I actually believe in holding the physical gold and silver. Maybe you put it in a safe, maybe you put it in a safe deposit box, maybe you bury it in your backyard. I don't care, but I think it's a great play just to have, especially we talked about the fact that there's a bubble coming and the stock market's going to be a bubble. And if you have some assets, some hard assets, they can't be taken away from you. And that's another great reason to do it. I also like SLV and JNUG at these prices. So if you take a look at JNUG was around, I think it was around 64 today was where it ended up. And that's a bit low. I think it'll easily go to 75. I'm actually hoping for 80 because I got a couple of stock options that I need to get out at 80. Some of my other favorites, of course, are Apple, Alibaba, Robinhood, and Coinbase. I don't know, did we get the actual official word on Coinbase yet? I did not get the official word if Coinbase had their earnings yet. So you may have to watch for that and see what they come up with if they haven't already come out. All right, but Robinhood, again, a great stock. I think this is a great play. Today, I actually took the advice of one of the students at Investor Schooling. It was interesting. And he said that he was buying Coinbase and then selling the covered calls. And that's exactly what I did today. I bought it at 55, I think it was. And I sold the covered call at 55. And I made $4 or $5. It's fine with me. I hope they take the stock away because I'd rather it go up and then instead of go down. But if it goes below 50, I am buying stock options on it. I think it's a great play. Also, tomorrow we got eBay earnings. eBay's earnings will tell a lot. It'll tell a lot about what's going on in the economy, actually. I actually believe eBay is going to do better than they usually do. I'm not a player of eBay. I don't hold the stock or buy the stock options, but as a curiosity, I think it would probably be an interesting play. All right, I want to thank you once again for watching Money Chat Now. I am your host, Larry Steinhouse, and from time to time, I own some of the assets and options discussed in this show. The opinions discussed in this show are solely mine, and no one has asked me to discuss them. I thank you for watching Money Chat Now. We look forward to your continued support. Listen, hit that button that says share. Hit that button that says like, and please, please, please let everybody know about this show. We thank you for your support, and tune in tomorrow. Take care.